Nico Iamaleava went on Instagram on Friday and released a story and went on his Instagram story and had a couple of comments about things that that people were saying about him. I want to share a couple of them with you guys real quick. They're kind of interesting. It's basically the first time Nico Iamaleava has really broken his silence at all regarding what's been happening. So we're going to get to that now. I'm just trying to pull it up again real quick. Here we go. So this is the...
I want to start with this. Should he have spoken out loud? His dad did, and then just got completely quiet after the beat Nikos thing. Should Nico say anything at all?
I wouldn't have had any problem with him saying something. I just don't like what he said because he addressed a rumor that nobody was making. So just to share this with you guys real quick, this is the first thing Nico Iamaleava said. And here we go. He, on his Instagram story, he goes, "Damn, I tried to sit out and throw the playoff game too. These boys just make me laugh, man. Ain't no way." And then one more that he showed. I'm going to show this one. He also, right after that, was being sarcastic. Here's a picture of him with Navy Schuler. And he goes, "Me and Navy Schuler talking about how I'm going to throw the game." Okay. Now the point...
Stop. Nico may have been negotiating for more money before the Ohio State game, but he was never going to throw the game. Can we stop that?
But see, that's why it's weird that Nico went there. No one was ever accusing him of throwing the game. No one said, did you see anybody on the message boards, Dave, say that Nico was trying to throw the game? I heard rumors that he was threatening to sit out the Ohio State game. But he just made up a rumor that nobody accused him of. No one said Nico was trying to throw the game. So, I mean, I think that's where I'm blown away by what he said. I don't have a problem with Nico Iamaleava speaking out. I have a problem with the fact that he was trying to blow... I mean, that he put out on his Instagram story, hinted that people accused him of trying to throw the game. If he had just said, "Why would anybody think I was trying to set out the Ohio State game," and left it there, I'd have been totally fine with that. Perfectly fine. No issues. My problem is that he then went further to say, "They said I was trying to throw the game." Nobody accused you of trying to throw the game, Nico. And anybody who watched that playoff game would know, because Nico Iamaleava, to his credit, went all out in that playoff game against Ohio State. They lost 42-17, but Nico put up a fight, and he was the only one to put up a fight.
I thought he played as hard as anybody on the team last half of the season.
Yeah. Yes. And in that playoff game, he gave his all in that one. So, look, I have not heard anybody say that rumor. I mean, people are saying that rumor was going around. I haven't heard anybody post that or put that up. And look, if Nico were to specifically say, that I wasn't trying to hold out the Ohio State game, that's false. I would have left this alone, or I would have addressed it maybe, but I would have defended him because I didn't think he was trying to sit out that game. But the idea that Nico was trying to, nobody was accusing him of trying to throw the game. So for him to say that's a little weird.
So why did you respond?
I think it's a way to... I think Nico was somewhat... it's a way to play victim a little bit and to deflect blame, because I think he was upset about some of the reports about him. I understand that. Totally understandable. And so he then tried to refute the most incendiary report about him, one that nobody actually really made, though. It was a straw man. It was a complete and utter straw man to defend himself. And so I just... Anybody who watched that game would know he wasn't trying to throw the game, obviously. I mean, there were so many other issues. Ohio State was torching Tennessee's defensive backs all game. He got his
helmet cracked.
Yeah. So, like, he was playing his heart out. It wasn't him. But, I mean, I don't think anybody thought Nico tried to throw that game. This isn't like... See, Tyler Bray gets upset because many of us accused him of throwing the Kentucky game in 2011. When Tennessee lost to Kentucky. I don't know how true that is. Derek Dooley has defended Tyler Bray in the past and says no one says because they don't want to go to a bowl, they're just going to play awful. Possibly true. certainly looked like Tyler Bray was not trying in that game, but whatever. This one, though, no one is going to put that. No one was putting the playoff loss on Nico. And anybody who was, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, but I don't know many Vol fans who were doing that. Maybe somebody did, and that person has no credibility whatsoever if they're saying that. But, like, Nico is refuting an argument that almost nobody is making against him. And it's a weird way to defend yourself in that way. You're making up an accusation against yourself that nobody made.
So for those that are old like me, explain stories like on Facebook. So they're there and they go away. Is that
a Facebook story or an Instagram story is up for about 24. It's up for 24 hours and then it goes away.
Okay, so it said what?
That's what I just showed you. It said it basically said tried to sit out and throw the playoff game too. These boys make me laugh, man. And then he did a sarcastic joke of me and Navy Schuler talking about how I'm going to throw this game right now.
Okay, he didn't try to throw a game. That's silly. Gregory says we won 10 games in spite of Nico. Agreed?
I wouldn't go in spite. I think Nico played very well in the second half of the Alabama game. I think Nico had a lot to do with Tennessee beating Alabama last year. You have a point with some other games, but Nico played very well against Alabama. I'll say up front, I don't think Tennessee beats Alabama without Nico.
Okay, so if you're UCLA, what are your expectations of Nico?
Well, I don't think they took him without a plan of starting him this year. Poor Joey Aguilar, who transferred and worked with him all spring practice. But I think that you're expecting him to be your starter this year. Or Joey Aguilar starts for a year, Nico rides the bench one more year and then becomes a starter in 2026. But I have a hard time Nico would have gone to UCLA if that were the case, because why are you delaying your NFL draft potential by sitting out a year?
Man, what an absolute mess.
Yeah, complete mess, right?
I mean, when you look back at it, don't you kind of feel sorry for all parties involved other than Nico Iamaleava?
Oh, I've been feeling sorry for Nico from the start. And I mean, a lot of things are being said about him now because of what his dad's doing. And I mean, I just, I don't know if there's any way out for him on this. So like, I think that's what's so unfortunate for him is that it's just not, it's not a good situation. We can just say that.
Oh my gosh, Jimmy, will you read this?
UCLA has a great men's volleyball tradition, a record 21 NCAA titles. Nico's a gifted volleyball player. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm a fan. That's hilarious.
You do know that he's a better volleyball player than a football player.
Yes, but one makes way more money than the other.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him on doing that.